Hey guys,
welcome back to the Twenteen podcast.
20.
We are here bringing you a brand new episode in the month of Women's
Black
Women's
History Month.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've been keeping up with all the little months that are happening.
Yeah.
So far, was what Women's Month, then Black History Month first Women's History
Month,
and now it's Black History Month. Right.
Black Women's History Month. Yes.
Black Women's History Month.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tongue tie.
Yeah, it is.
I think I explained a little bit before how I was like, I don't remember ever like seeing a Black Women's History Month. You know what I'm saying?
Not when I was growing up. No.
Right, exactly. Like when I was growing up, I never heard of that. So I mean, I guess I'm glad that we
get it now. We have it now.
I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. You know what I mean?
Isn't it crazy that like technically like Black women, like we're winning. Like we have 3 straight months of just celebration.
Yeah,
like
that's
we're like
true.
Black History Month.
That's true.
I'm a woman.
So next year we gotta.
We got our own man.
You love us or something?
Oh my god!
Like, are you a fan?
Are you a fan?
You must be, because what are you talking about? Like, you love
crazy.
me. Yeah.
Oh my god, you love me?
You love me? It's crazy.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, basically. So I mean, next year I feel like we should go all out. 3-month vacation.
Yeah, for real.
Somebody has to fund it for us because we're the Black woman in question.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Especially since my month is March, or my birth month is March, so
Right.
it makes more sense for y'all to actually flew me out. Flew
Right.
me out, y'all.
Flew her out.
Flew me out.
We flew out. Right.
Flew me out.
That's Miami girl slang.
Yeah.
Flew out.
Girl, he flew you out.
He
Ooh.
flew me out. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So
Yeah.
it'll be like a vacation, like what January? When is February?
It's February. It started February. It don't end
March,
until
April.
May.
Yeah, it doesn't end until May.
I don't know what May is.
No,
I think it's not Hispanic month. That's not Hispanic
There's a
celebration
Hispanic
month.
month?
There's a Hispanic celebration month, but I think it's in October.
Oh,
That's like I think that's it.
oh really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I can't.
But every month there's something basically.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep celebrating, guys. This 2024 is the year of celebration,
Yeah,
even though
exactly.
it's hella depressing.
Yeah.
It is hella depressing, y'all.
It is. It is getting a little dark out there, but that's why we're here. We're not gonna we're gonna try not to cry and bring in darkness. And
I mean,
know what
if
I'm
we're
saying?
gonna cry again about our siblings, because we are what? Big babies. Big babies.
We're big sisters and we're the biggest babies.
Big baby sisters.
Yeah. We're not the babies of the family, but we
No.
are the babies of the family. If you
Yep.
know what I mean.
Yep, we are gonna cry
Yeah, we're gonna cry.
every time.
Yeah. So we try not, I think also though, when I do think about like what's happening in the world, I do kind of like subconsciously try to like block it out.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot happening right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot happening right now. And it's like I feel kind of like a little bit lost being in my 20s, and I'm like, well, what's left for me? Like that's kind of how it feels.
Yeah.
And I had like a couple of conversations with older people, and they're just like, yeah, we fucked it up. Like if they're like, honestly, they're like, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but we fucked it up. Like
My bad.
my bad. They're like, yeah, but you still have a chance to fix it. You still have a chance to make it right.
You're
And
like, no, I don't.
go and da-da-da. And
No, I
I'm like,
don't.
I'm like, okay, but like y'all realize that y'all
didn't even
have
leave me crumbs.
Exactly. And y'all also have experience of like, oh yeah, this is what happened, so we know how we could fix it. If we're growing into it, that means we never experienced
How to fix it.
Yeah,
'cause
so we're all
it's
just like
always
kind of like
broken. It's
exactly.
like, we
it's always
came
been
here,
broken.
We came here, it's broken. And
Yeah.
what the fuck do you want me
Yeah.
to do? Because it's been broken.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I
Exactly.
could do.
It's like
broken.
it's like a vase fell off a table, it broke, and now you tell me to come in, and you're like, okay, but I need you to like glue it back together. I'm just like, what the hell?
No,
what glue? How is it supposed to? How?
It's more
How?
like
What?
like they broke the vase, right? So the vase is broken on the floor, and your whole entire life has just been walking on glass. And it's been like been affected
Getting
by
it
the
stuck in your
glass.
foot.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're so used to it to the point, and then they're gonna turn around and be like, well, you actually should have fixed that. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I had no clue that was supposed to be fixed because
Right.
the person before
It's
me
always
who
been this
broke
way.
it never fixed it. So
Right.
how am I supposed to fix
Right.
it? I have no clue how to fix it. I don't have the tools to fix it. I don't know what to fix.
Mhm.
And it's like, well,
Fuck
Good
y'all.
luck. good luck. I don't know.
I don't tell you, I'm about to die. I'm about to be in the grave. So yeah, we fucked it up. But I think it's also like, a little amicable that older people have come to me and been like, yeah, we fucked it up. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
You have.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
thank you. That's
Thank
true
you.
for the matter. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
But like speaking of glass though in your foot, have you ever got glass stuck in your foot?
No,
Because
strangely
I
enough, not.
actually do have a story about getting glass stuck in my foot.
That's crazy. I think
When I was a little kid
Gabby had a splinter
with glass.
in her hand or some shit like that. And I remember because like my mom had to take it out, and she was like, I don't know, like 6 or some shit, and she
Oh.
cried so hard. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
No, actually, what happened was, I guess like we were having like a party or something like that. This was when I was way younger, so like my memory is kind of, I remember it like, I kind of remember it like vividly, but at the same time, it's like you're like a kid's perspective. Like sometimes when you go to look back at stuff, you're like, did it really happen like that, or was that just like me seeing it through a kid's lens?
Like
yeah. So kind of like on Quiet on Set, how they were like, you don't realize that this dirty cum shot joke, what it meant, and then you look back as an adult and you're like, oh, well, we're gonna get to Quiet on Set in a moment, but
we are.
Let me finish my story about so it was actually a party, and I guess somebody had dropped a glass, and it was like an adult party, so I was upstairs. This is when we lived in Georgia, so I was just upstairs like playing with my Barbies. I didn't care there was a party happening, and then I come, like, someone broke a glass, they like swept it up. But then I come downstairs, I'm bare feet, because it's obviously I'm in my house, so I'm barefoot, and I step on the glass, and then I just start screaming. I just start screaming. I'm like, I don't even know what was happening. I don't even know if there was glass in my foot. I just remember screaming.
Oh God!
And they like put me in the bathroom, put me on the sink, and they're like, okay, well we're gonna find tweezers. We're gonna find tweezers. Somebody's gonna get it out. Like someone's gonna get it out. I just remember being like 7 or 5 adults just being all crowded in the bathroom, like, get this piece of glass out of her foot, and I'm sitting here screaming. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was gonna say, tweezers and like try to get the glass out of my foot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think those are like the worst like experiences to like take something out of your foot, because your foot's like strangely very sensitive.
It's very sensitive.
So it's like it feels like 10 times worse. I think I've gotten a splinter once in my toe or something like that, and it was really it was painful. I was like 8. I remember it being in New York, and I remember being like really scared because of that.
That's why I think Top had a good storyline. Barefooted, and she could feel things with her feet. It's very sensitive. Yeah, I also have another story though about jumping on the bed. So this is literally like the 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed story was like very, very like surreal for me. I was like, oh my gosh,
it was a true story for you.
It was a true story for me, because that's what happened. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I remember literally like we had a neighbor like that was in front of us, and we would go to her house, and like actually it wasn't a neighbor in front of my house, it was a neighbor in front of my cousin's house, but I would go to my cousin's house, and then she had a neighbor in front of her, so we'd go there, and she was like, oh, you guys don't jump on the bed. And we're like, no, like we don't jump on the bed. And she's like, oh, like it's really fun because someone else sits down, and then we try to jump on the bed and then make the other person like bounce up. Right. So we never did that, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, okay. So we were doing it like while we were at her house, like jumping on the bed and seeing like how high we could bounce somebody up and da. So the same thing happened when we like went back to my cousin's house. Like we would go on her mom's bed and start like jumping and try to like make each other bounce or whatever. Then I get home, and my bed it literally had like a headboard, but the headboard didn't go all the way down to the floor. It was like one of those headboards that like the mattress pulls up to it, so it like cuts off like halfway, you know what I'm saying? And it was wood. It was wooden.
Was that the same headboard that your mama lost you in?
No. That's a different story, guys. That's a whole different story.
I just had to ask.
No, but I don't know why. That's crazy, right? Like yeah. So
you in bed.
I don't know. But this headboard was like half, and it was like made out of wood. So then literally like it's like only me and my younger sister. Like, and we're like, oh, let's do what we were doing over there. Like, let's bounce on the bed. So then, like, she's sitting down, and then I'm like trying to bounce her, and she's getting. First, I did it. First, actually, I was sitting down, and then she starts bouncing, and we get it. We're like, okay. Oh my gosh, so fun. And then I'm like, oh, she's like, okay, my turn. I'm like, okay. So then I started jumping on the bed, and I'm like closer to the headboard, and I'm bouncing. I'm trying to like bounce her higher and higher. So I'm like really putting effort into it. Then my foot fell into like the hole in between like the headboard and the mattress, and in that panic, I try to pull my foot out. So like my foot falls into the hole, and then I rip it back out, and literally all the skin on the back of my ankle just like it just like scraped it like all the way like almost to the bone.
Oh my.
Yes. Now, if I screamed for the glass of my foot, I screamed even louder for that. To this day, I still have a scar like on the back of on the back of my foot. It's scarred. That's how much skin just literally just shredded against that like wooden like headboard piece.
I was about to say, I was like, I thought you was about to say like you was jumping and then you
fell off the bed. No,
bumped your head into that fucking like you banged the fuck out your head out the headboard like like you banged it so hard that you was concussed. Like I thought that was where that was going.
Wish. It was so much blood. It was like a crime scene.
Oh my god! And
Sorry for those who get queasy.
And then you're damn dramatic ass. I know you was laying on the floor like, mama.
Like the way that I screamed, my mom like ran up the stairs in like a panic. Like it's like you have to, because your kid is dead ass screaming like she's dying, and I was dying. I was dead.
I'm so sorry. I think I've like realized more and more. I can't have a kid like you. I would literally. Your mama is a soldier. Your mama a soldier.
I was one of her good kids.
That's crazy.
I was her number one like good kid.
I would, the way how I would be like, your mama a soldier.
Honestly, if my sister was on the podcast, she'll probably have more stories. She'll probably have worse stories than I do.
That's crazy, because
like,
you're saying this, the way how I could like imagine your mama literally like running in, and like she like busts through like the door,
and you just see like
she's
blood
like looking around trying to assess
like holding
it.
my foot, and it's just like blood in my hand. Like you can't even figure out what's bleeding at that point.
Yeah,
like you're just like, because
she's
blood
like,
in your hand, blood all over the carpet, blood all over the bed, blood on, like it's just blood.
and then your sister Mariah just sitting there like.
Exactly.
Because I know she's crying because you screaming, so she's like, damn, I'm in fucking trouble. So she's just crying because she's like, preemptive, I'm about to get my ass beat. Everybody's about to get their ass beat, so it's just like everybody's crying. It's just it's chaos. It's blood everywhere. You're literally sitting there screaming, blood is all over you, and she's sitting here like, now I have to assess the situation as calmly as possible.
And then I had to like wrap my whole foot and everything in gauze. Damn. Yeah, it was interesting.
I was like, do I have any stories of like my mama? The only like story,
a lesson learned like from doing some crazy shit.
I'm trying to think of it, because I like every time that I've had like a lesson learned, it's always been like me and Gabby look at each other and be like, take this to our grave.
Right.
This stays with us. Dead.
Yeah.
Like that's basically it. Cause I was like, what other like the only thing I could say is like the one thing that my mom always like tells me, or like anytime like we're watching like a true crime documentary, and she's like, man, I don't know how these parents can like lose kids, like have like kids get kidnapped. Like she's like, I lost you for like 2 seconds, Kimmie. I literally could not stomach it. Cause like we were in New York. We went to, I'm not sure if it's called Greenwich Mall or whatever, but we went to that mall. We went to a mall in like Queens, New York, and I was like possibly like 3 or 4 years. I think I was 3 years old actually. And every time we went to the mall, when we were leaving, we'd go to the Disney store. And I'm a huge Disney kid. Yeah. Like, I had all the latest, like, Disney stuff. Yeah. And with the Disney store, I used to get, like, just Disney stuff, like Disney-related stuff. So I would get rags of, like, Disney characters and towels of Disney characters and get new Disney toys and bed sheets and whatever. We were rich at the time, and I was very much spoiled. So it's, like... money spoiled, I was gonna get everything I wanted, especially because I had a weird obsession with rags, because the way how the rags came, they were like they were vacuum sealed, right? So it's like I really liked opening up new rags, because I was like, because they all expand and shit, and my little 3-year-old brain was like, what the fuck? How did they do that? It's magic! Like, I was literally losing my mind. So I used to always get a whole
it's magic.
I would keep getting like different rags. So I remember like we always went to the Disney store when we went to that mall, and my mom went to fix like something. I think like to clean one of her gold jewelry, or to like tighten like her gold watch or something, like to like loose, like to change, like to change it out or whatever. Because she said that she went to like this little kiosk, and she gave me to my Auntie Saya, and Auntie Saya is holding my hand, right? And we had passed by the Disney store before we went to that store. Yeah. And me being 3 years old and a spoiled child, I never understood patience. I was like, why can't we go now? I don't care what you're doing. I want to go in the store now. Right. And she said that she remembers me being like, I want to go to the Disney store. Like, why aren't we at the Disney store? Like, Disney store, Disney store, Disney store. And she was like, Kimmie, we'll go. Just relax. Like, I'll get this done. So she hands me over to my Auntie Saya. Auntie Saya's holding my hand. And I'm not sure what happened, but I basically like wiggled out her hand and went to the Disney store. Cause I was like, I know where it's at. I've been here thousands of times. Yeah, I'm grown. I'm 3. I know where the fuck I'm going.
I made it to 3 years old.
Right. So I left. My mom literally says she looks down to like check on me, and I'm not there. Yeah. And so my mom starts panicking, because she's like, Saya, where's Kimmie? And then my Aunt Saya looks down and was like, oh my God, where'd she go? So mind you, this is a really busy mall in New York. This is New York. It's not like Florida, where it's like, okay, maybe you can, maybe a good little Samaritan spot. There is no such thing like that in New York. Okay.
There are no good Samaritans.
No, there's sometimes, I'm not gonna say no, but there's sometimes, but
no,
this is like pre 2000 to 2000, what the fuck, 9/11 type shit. So it's
This
like,
is
yeah.
Everybody's evil.
Everybody's evil. And I think around that time they were having like a really bad like kidnapping thing up in New York too. Like
in Florida too, they had the same thing. There's this one mall that's abandoned to this day because a kid got kidnapped.
Yeah, it's like too much shit was happening, but it was crazy because like my mom looks down, I'm not there, and she said Kimmie, she was like the way how she's like you know how in the movies how they depict like, you know, someone's getting kidnapped, where she was like, you hear that high pitched fucking noise, like you just hear that high pitched like screaming, almost like just the high pitched like beeping noise, what the fuck ever it is.
Yeah,
she's like, you hear that, and she's like, you don't hear anybody, and you just start running and you start looking. My mom was like, she was screaming, crying, running through this fucking mall, and then like she was like, something was like, oh, go to the Disney store. She's probably at the Disney store, and she said she ran to the Disney store, and who is outside the Disney store staring up at the fucking looking in the window with 3-year-old Kimmie being like, this is nice. I like that, and I'm gonna get that. And my mom said she saw me and she like ran to me, grabbed me, and started crying. She grabbed me and she was on the floor crying with me. And she was like, oh, all she remembers was me being like, mommy, you're squeezing me, like, mommy, you're hurting me. And she's like, I did not give a fuck. I lost my kid for like 2 seconds. And I was like, oh yeah, that's crazy. I've never felt that, never want to feel that, because the way how she said, she's like, it's just like the movies. She's like, I swear you, Kimmie, it's just like the movies. She's like, it's like everyone moves in slow motion, and you're moving in fast motion, like you're losing your shit. She's like, she's like, that shit is great. She's like, that scared her. She's like, I don't know how people, she's like, Kimmie, the way how she's like, she's like, these parents that like have kids that are like gone, like actually kidnapped, and they just don't see them. She's like, I don't know how the fuck they keep going. You do it. She's like, because the way how I lost you for 2 seconds, and she's like, my whole entire body lost it. Like my body could not function and could not understand how to function without my baby right next to me. She's like, I don't know how the fuck they keep going. She's like, there's no way. And I was like, yeah, that's
now crazy. I gotta tell the story about how I got lost.
How your whole family has gotten lost at the fair. You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Well, last time we went to the fair with Anthony and Nicole, I was like, if one of these motherfuckers get lost.
My siblings, by the way, Anthony and Nicole, he was like, because there's also stories about them getting lost too. So funny enough, my mom has
hold on, we gotta take it back. For some odd reason, okay, the fuck, I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna fuck it up. Fucking Caroline's family, for some odd reason, it's like it has to be like some kind of prophet. Like it has to be written down somewhere on like an ancient tab.
Now I'm gonna say what I think it is.
What it is.
My mother is Haitian. Okay,
it's definitely a prophet.
Haitian people are spiritually gifted. Okay, they are very good at having premonitions. They have premonitions through dreams. Like I would say island people.
Because Jamaicans do that too. But I think it's a little bit stronger.
The premonitions are strong. Okay, so the day before we went to the fair, my mom, a Haitian woman, had a dream about me getting lost at the fair.
Why the fuck did you say it like that? My mom, a Haitian woman.
Because that's the preference.
Just the way you said
it. A Haitian woman. Because when you say that, like, if somebody, if you're Haitian out there, you'll be like, yeah, exactly. Like they know, right. So she had a dream the night before we went to the fair, that I got lost at the fair. So when we were going to the fair, she was very, very scared. Like she said she had like a lot of anxiety because she had a dream that I got lost at the fair. So she said that they had gotten through like half the fair. Like it was like my dad, my mom, my grandma, my dad's mom, like everybody,
your
like
other
my sister,
grandmother,
like everybody was there.
Your other grandmother,
huh?
You said my grandmother, my dad's mom. That's just your other. grandmother.
No. I was just explaining that who's like what grandma it was, not like my grandma. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see.
So everybody is there basically. My sisters, my older sisters, there. Everybody's there. My younger sister Mariah, she was in the stroller apparently. And
hold on. How old were you when this happened?
I don't know. Like maybe around 3.
Okay, so what? How?
Maybe
far,
around 3.
So how far apart are you and Mariah?
We discussed this like
do you remember
like 2 years or something like that? We're 2.5 years.
What year was she born?
2000. Why are you quizzing me? 4? 2003, 2004, something like that.
When's her birthday?
September 25th.
September 25th. Okay. So and she has to be 2003.
I think so.
Because she's a year older than Gabby. Because you said that she was already in.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so she has to be 2003.
2003. Yeah, okay. So
all them damn siblings.
Yeah, it's a lot of us guys. So we go to the fair, and my mom was like, okay, she calmed down because like we got through like half the experience of going to the fair. At the Miami Youth Fair, there's like this, it's like it was like iconic back then to like have, it always has this bridge that you go over, and then it's like more rides on the other side. So she said that they did that first half of the fair, and she's like, okay, everything's fine. Then it's time for us to go over the bridge. So then we go over the bridge, and they have like carts set up where they have like Dora balloons, like whatever characters were popular at the time, like balloons like that. And
they probably would have like Blue's Clues,
right? Like
and,
those really bright like lights that like spin around, do all the things or whatever. I was balloons. A very avid Dora fan, like as a kid, like hola, like hola, soy Dora, right? Like I was a top tier fan. So so then, can you find the youth thing? Yeah, like exactly. Like, can you find Caroline? Because she's lost apparently. I don't know. So we went over the bridge. Right? Yeah. And I guess someone had a cart like of all that balloons, everything, and they're on like the little bridge thing or whatever. So then she says we cross over to the other side, and like they stopped to get something to eat at one of the stands. And she said my sister was in the stroller at the time, and somebody was holding my hand. And they thought that I was like they let go, but I let go, but she thought that I was like holding onto the stroller. So then when she notices that I'm gone, she's like, where's Caroline? Oh my God. And everybody starts panicking. My grandma starts running. My mom says she freezes. She's like, I don't know why, but every time there's a situation, when it comes to my kids, I freeze. She's like, anybody else, any other situation, I would like jump into action. But when it's like me and my kid, I like freeze. Because one time I was choking one time and she froze.
Hold on.
That's a whole different story.
Hold on. Let's preference this. Caroline's mom is a nurse.
She's a surgical tech.
She's a what?
Surgical tech.
She's a nurse.
Okay.
She's in
a
surgical
field.
She's a nurse, so she knows how to deal with emergency situations.
Exactly,
especially as a surgical tech, where you are literally
you're on call. Like you could have a stat, you could anything like that.
Yeah.
But she says for some reason when it comes to her kids, she freezes. Like when there's an emergency, she freezes.
I know what your mom looked like, so it's even funnier to see your mom like.
She was like, but my grandma, she said my grandma starts running, like goes off. My dads are going, they're all looking for me. And apparently, eventually 2 girls, like I guess they like my grandma spots somebody holding my hand, and they're bringing me like back down the mountain. And she grabbed, my mom said that she grabbed me from the ground. She's like, that's my grandbaby. So imagine.
No, what makes it even funnier?
This bright white lady.
This,
oh shit.
She said this white woman.
This white woman. Yeah, exactly, like grabbing me. Because.
Yo, I'm sorry. If I was those 2 girls, I'm like, I'm calling the cops. You is not this grand. That's not your grandbaby. That's not your grandbaby. I don't care who you are, Angelina Jolie. You just not your kid. Like,
and my mom said she was so aggressive. Like she was not like, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, like you help. She thought that they were trying to kidnap me. she snatched me from them. That's my grandbaby.
Sorry, it's just the way how I'm sitting here like I know them 2 girls said
they're like
that baby's getting kidnapped.
My mom said that she finally like
came
like,
to.
oh my God, right. And she's talking to the girls, and the girls are like, oh yeah, like there was a Dora balloon floating in the sky, and she was following it back up the mountain. And obviously we're thinking maybe she came from down the mountain because she's going like towards the balloon. So we just started walking her back down the mountain. She's like, well, we're not trying to kidnap the girl.
I promise you, we is not doing that. We is not doing that.
She's following a Dora balloon like in the sky. Like, what do you want me to tell you?
And I'm sorry, that's probably the most Caroline shit ever. You see her like,
it's a balloon.
It's a Dora balloon.
Dora. Love shows, love movies since I was a baby, apparently.
No, but I could just see like little Caroline be like, oh my God,
Dora balloon.
She's flying.
Nah, don't let it be Barney. I was obsessed with Care Bears, Barney.
I was obsessed with Barney too.
Dora.
Barney,
I had Hannah Montana sheets.
I did too.
I had Barney sheets. I had pillowcase collection.
I
like, all
did
of it.
not have Barney sheets, but I did have like Barney
DVD.
I had the DVD.
Yeah.
I think I had one stuffed animal. I think I had the Triceratops one.
That one Barney movie was gas.
Which one?
That one Barney movie. It was like live action Barney movie, everything like that. I just remember like one day eating some cookies.
Nope.
Watching that Barney movie.
Nope.
Never watched it?
No. Speaking of nostalgia, something that I realized is so nostalgic for me. It's like I don't know why it's so nostalgic. Like you just were saying it, I was like, oh fuck, I haven't done this in a long time. I remember like when I was in like preschool, I was like 4 years old. We would watch movies, like just random fucking movies. But every time, this was up in New York. Every time, that we were watching a movie, we would always have really cold chocolate milk and M&M chocolate, like M&M chocolate chip cookies. And I remember so vividly watching it and like eating the chocolate chip, like the M&M cookie, and then drinking the chocolate milk, being like, this is life.
This is life.
Like I remember like, literally saying that like, in my head as a child, like,
yes,
this is life.
Like I think about when I think of like when I want to go back to something that's comforting, a memory that's comforting, it's literally eating chocolate chip cookies and watching the Barney movie.
Yeah, like, it's like stupid shit. Like
exactly. It's like I was living the life.
Like in a weird way, it's like it's like you in the future knew that was gonna be an important moment. Because I swear to you, like when you just said the Barney movie, I said, yeah, I remember that I really wanted I remember like an episode of Barney where they were like, oh, we're doing like self-portraits or whatever, and Barney, like he sat there and he did like finger painting, like we're doing finger painting, and he painted his toes, like he has like yellow toes, so he sat there and he's like, boop, yellow, and he just like did this whole finger painting thing, and it was so perfect. And I was like, wow. I just remember the way he did his toes. I was like, these are perfect circles. These are perfect fucking circles. Yeah. And I remember being a kid like, damn.
Okay, do you remember Selena Gomez being on on
no.
Barney? Me neither.
No.
Me neither. Even though they said she was on there. Do you remember, Demi Lovato being on there? No.
I watched Barney so vividly. Right. I know DJ.
Right.
I know DJ.
Right.
And the other girl, I don't remember her name.
I don't know. I'm like, do we miss them somehow? No. I'm like, were they on a Barney when we like grew out of them? And they were like, I don't know. No, because they're older than us.
No, because I remember watching Barney and watching like, they, they have like different episodes or whatever. I remember watching Barney, and I remember songs from Barney to this day. Talking about some brushing my teeth and having that little kid sit there throw a fucking toothbrush. Who sat there on set was like, I know everybody else was like, we didn't think this through. This kid is too energetic for that one.
Yeah.
He said,
okay, so then now we should.
Now
yes,
we can't.
Yes,
we can't.
We're actually gonna transition into Quiet on Set.
We can't segue like that.
Yes,
Not
we
with
me. Y'all. We're actually gonna segue into Quiet on Set. So it probably is gonna get a little bit more serious.
So
I'm sure that everybody at least heard about it or like have seen like the TikToks like discussing it. And me and Kimmie, we did discuss it. Kimmie was like, "Did you watch Quiet on Set?" And I was like, no.
She's like, "I have no clue what that is." I say, "Bitch,
no."
Go.
I had heard of like on the TikTok like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be somebody and we're gonna figure out who it was, who who had this happen to them, everything. And I was like, okay, but I like forgot that it was gonna come out or like what was it even called. I didn't even know what the documentary was called. I really wasn't paying attention like that. And Kimmie was like, "Did you watch Quiet on Set?" I was like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, the Nickelodeon thing." I was like, "Oh, right. Okay, yeah."
Yeah.
And then I watched it. Mm-hmm. I at this point, our audience should know us. I did tear up. I did unapologetically tear up.
I like that she said she teared up. I full on bawled. Okay, so
I was crying, but I wasn't like boohoo. I was just like when he like I was like a tear was like falling down my face, and I was just like feeling. I was feeling what empathy for the dad, you know what I'm saying, for that situation. But then I was also extremely pissed off. I think let's give it like a little synopsis of like what happened, so they're whoever didn't watch it isn't confused.
Okay, yeah.
Basically, Quiet on Set discusses some of the atrocities that happened when Nickelodeon was airing shows like Drake and Josh up until like Henry Danger. So all of those shows is kind of like, and all that as well. So all that to
so
what's it called? Kid Henry Danger.
Yeah, so it's basically following Dan Schneider's career
behind the scenes.
Just Dan Schneider's career on a whole. They followed it from even before he started Nickelodeon, and we seen that he was on another TV show as in front of the camera as an actor. And then how he became and how he got behind the camera and became a writer and basically became like a really big producer at Nickelodeon. As we all now basically know that Dan Schneider no longer works with Nickelodeon and has been fired for some time and has not made another show at all. Rightfully so. you know, we start off with some of the lighter stuff with, you know, him favoring the whiter kids than the black kids.
Yeah.
And also putting some of the boys, black boys especially, in some really compromising things like leotards and stuff like that. And you go, okay.
And when she says lighter, we don't mean to like say like weighing what's worse and what's better.
We're not trying to say
but
that.
Like lighter in the sense of what's to come.
In the whole documentary, right. whole, you actually have no clue what's going on. And like I said, I'm not trying to like lighter as in like I know those two black boys did say they have so much trauma
left over
and built up things, not just like stuff like that on the set, but just the way how they were treating on set. Because that's another thing too, is the black people spoke up a lot and talked about how they were treated on set, especially by Dan Schneider.
And not only the black boys, but the women
also on set
were also talking. Treated very unfairly as well.
They were, and it's very sad to see because it was like, to me, I liked most Nick shows because I saw myself in it. Like I did like all that, and I did like Amanda Bynes' show.
And I was too young for all that. I never watched an episode of all that.
I used to watch all that. Like I remember watching all that, laughing, like crying. Like I was about to say, me and my boyfriend Jamal, we did watch like we watched some of like the rest of the things for he kind of came in later. He's very sensitive to certain things like this, so I didn't want to force him to watch all of it with me.
My mom too. She was like, I can't.
Yeah.
She was like, I just can't. And
my mom hasn't watched it. I just told her about it.
Yeah, exactly. I just explained it to her. I know that.
She's real sensitive to stuff like that. So Jamal is, but I told him, I was like, okay, well, like this part shouldn't be so bad or whatever. So like, you know, he ended up watching with me. He's pissed the hell off, just like everyone else is. But me and him were like, that's crazy because all that was a show that we watched. Amanda Bynes was a show that I watched.
Drake and Josh. I was there. I actually did watch Drake and Josh.
You came in at Drake and Josh, but it's crazy because like me and him were like, no, I remember this person being on all that, then went to Amanda Bynes, then went to Drake and Josh. So it's like we can see that connection. So I was like, that's more him than me. Cause I was like, I was born in '98, so a little bit later after all that, but all that was still airing. I grew up with Amanda Bynes.
Right.
I grew up with Amanda Bynes,
and I didn't, because once that happened, she kind of
basically
dropped off, and then I never really experienced any of her.
I remember watching Amanda Bynes' show a lot, and then when Drake and Josh came, that was also a big show for me. iCarly came, was even a bigger show for me. Victorious came, and I started falling off of it because I myself thought some things were weird in the show. Like I remember that that fish eating episode. That fish eating episode really did not sit well with me.
iCarly?
No,
on Victorious.
When they were all like
on the sushi line.
No, not the sushi line. The fish eating like their feet. Like remember the fish would eat your
and they made their feet really soft.
Yeah, baby skin soft. Or whatever. I thought that was such a weird thing, and I remember being like, "Oh, this show's a little bit feet."
And I could say oriented. From my experience, like being that young, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I was like, "Oh yeah, like it's funny." Cause like I was literally a kid.
Like at that time for me, I was like 14, and I remember being like. That episode especially, I was like, they spend a lot of time on feet. It's really weird. Why are they spending so much? And it's not like I was so grown up where it's like, oh my god, this is
but you had a cognitive brain happening there, forming there.
Something.
I was just not at that age yet to be like, oh yeah, this is weird. I was just like, la 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 la. Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So to go back, like how even in the documentary, the girl from Zoe 101, she also said it. She was like, you don't realize like when you're a kid, like what this means, and then you go and look back at it as an adult, and you're like, wow, that's really weird to target it towards kids. And it's like, who is it targeting? You know what I'm saying? Who is it? Who is this for? Who is this for?
Yeah.
Is it for kids, or is it for the adults to watch the kids? Do this thing, because it doesn't make any sense to a kid. It makes sense to an adult.
Yeah, I was about to say, and it's really weird because a lot of people, like I've even seen people be like, oh, SpongeBob was definitely made for like adults. Like this show is way funnier as an adult, but it's better because SpongeBob had jokes and still has jokes that are catered towards children. They're still ha ha he SpongeBob stupid, but they have adult jokes, and the adult jokes are very much hidden to the point where it's like you can rewatch SpongeBob and it's a new fucking episode as an adult.
Right.
They're not doing anything that's
inappropriate.
Really inappropriate. They're not way out there, because I was like, damn, SpongeBob was on Nick. Yeah. And I was like watching some SpongeBob episodes, and I was like, no, they just know how to. Basically, SpongeBob is created by really smart comedians. That's it. Just really smart comedians who know how the fuck to get like stuff passed. Like, I was about to say, I recently watched an episode where Squidward, like SpongeBob had asked Squidward, like, oh, like Squidward, like, what do you think of me? And like over, like you see, like the camera like is like on Squidward's face, and like slowly fades in is a picture of a donkey, and you hear a donkey noise. It's like and then it like slowly fades out, and he just like says something else. And I was like, I remember being a kid, like, what the fuck? Why did a donkey just come on the screen?
Yeah,
and it's like as an adult, you're like, oh, he thinks you're an ass.
Yeah,
he thinks you're an ass.
Yeah,
like jokes like that where it's like you're gonna laugh as a kid because you're like, haha, weird.
Yeah,
but Nick never did that. Like. Dan never did that.
He never did.
Dan never did that.
He never did that.
No.
So fast forward into we find out that Drake Bell had issues with a predator on set who was doing unspeakable acts to him.
Very unspeakable.
And surprisingly he had a lot of supporters supporting him like throughout this, which is
and I'm
crazy to me.
What I'm gonna say on just like let's stop there. For anybody, and I've had to break this down, and I full on pause the documentary. At this point, my boyfriend was watching. I had to pause the documentary, and I had to full on break it down. Where I was like, I hope every single person that supported this man fucking dies. Like, I hope you choke and die in the worst fucking way. I hope you have the worst life ever, because some of those letters that they even got to like show on the documentary were all victim blaming, which means you knew, if you did not know to the extent of he did this to a 15-year-old boy, you knew that there was a victim, and you still said those things. One of the most repulsive things that I ever fucking read, and it still like gets me fucking upset, was it was a woman, and she said that she knows Brian Peck, and he had to be tempted. And when I seen that word tempted, I said, you as a woman saying the word tempted is fucking vile. Fucking vile. Because I was sitting there, I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, tempted means that there is like bait basically being put out for him, and he took the fucking bait.
Right.
That is not in any fucking sense as a woman you use that word at all. I don't understand why the fuck you use the word tempted. Yeah. Because it makes it seem like the victim knew what the fuck they were doing. Right. Like, what the and then all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know it was a little boy. I didn't know. So if it was a woman, it was okay.
It was a girl. It was a little girl.
So you're telling me if it was because I don't think she knew it was a child. I think if she just thought it was a woman. So if it was another woman was tempting him, what the fuck could another woman do to tempt you into raping them? What the fuck? Like, that shit makes no sense in my head, and that shit it still gets me heated because like, how dare you use that word tempted? Don't fucking do that. Don't victim blame so goddamn bad. And now all of a sudden you know who the victim is and what age the victim was. You're like, oh, actually, I didn't know the whole scenario. You knew enough. You knew enough to feel compelled to write a fucking letter of support.
I think what gets me is I think they started to discuss a little bit of it on TikTok, but I feel like if you have heard the story, I feel like at some point you have to blame the parents, not Drake Bell's dad, but his mom, because and I know people are like, that's why she didn't show her face in the documentary, but I'm like, no, honestly, it feels like she left her son up on the chopping block for the price of fame. You get what I'm saying? For the money, because it's like if the father had gave you, told you, do not leave this man with my son. He is not okay. He's not okay to be left alone with my son. And then you go and turn right around and say, yeah, you can't drop him to his auditions. And yeah, he can stay over at your house. Oh yeah, it is kind of far to get back home. What?
Do you understand?
And the dad says, oh, he tricked her. No.
I don't think there was no trick. I possibly believe that the dad did not know the full scenario. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he believes. I think he knows the whole scenario.
He doesn't know that she let him.
Yeah, I don't think he knows the scenario, because Drake said that even when he told his dad, he didn't even let his dad know it was him that was the victim. When it first happened,
that's the part that got me, when he called his dad and he was like,
"Bro, you understand?"
He called his dad,
he
was like, "Oh, you see that they got him?" And then the dad was like, "See, I'm so glad that it wasn't you." That's the part that I cried at. And he said he couldn't even tell his dad that.
That part has me in fucking shambles, because it's like, damn. And then the dad even said it. The dad was like, the dad still blames himself. Like, it was him who put him in that scenario. And I'm gonna be very fucking honest.
He was so protective of him.
I'm gonna be very, very.
I hope that he could let that go.
Oh, no one can.
I hope he could. I hope that he could.
I hope the dad and don't feel no fuck way.
Right, not keep that on him.
I hope you keep your fucking hair. I hope that you live to be 200. I hope
your pillow is cold at night.
I hope your pillow always stay cold. I hope you never feel hot at night.
Yeah.
I want you to, anytime when you drop something, you find that, like, anytime when you lose something, I hope you find something better, because the way how it's like, that man deserves absolutely fucking world.
Yeah.
That mom, choke on a dick. I don't fucking care about her, and I know she going to hell. She going to hell. Brian Peck going to hell. Dan Schneider going to hell.
Yeah.
Everybody else on set that sat there and did nothing going to hell. Everybody going to hell. Okay.
So I think what we want to talk about also is just like generally in the film industry, because that's where we want to be. We want to be
now
in the film industry.
I gotta take a fucking snack break. I'm sorry. I'm pissed. I gotta stress eat. Go ahead.
But we want to be in the film industry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we want we would love a protected space just as much as, you know, as anybody else. Like the women who went through that type of experience where they were being belittled, where they, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want that when we get to a film set.
No.
So I'm personally glad that this is being called out, because I also could see it from like, the people are like, how do these predators get onto set and da 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 da, but I could see why, because seeing how they hire people for film sets, it's work for hire. You know what I'm saying? It's work for hire. It's like I'll break it down. It's like
it's very medieval. It feels not medieval. It's very like old Western. You know what I mean?
It's almost like how they cast for actors though, like how they have an open casting call.
Yeah.
And anybody who shows up, that's who they hire. That's kind of what it's like for film sets.
Yeah. You know, like when I mean like old Western, I mean like, you know how like back in the day where it's like if you needed help with something, you just like take
put
paste,
a sign.
You take paste, smack that shit on there.
Like,
yeah,
yes.
and someone sits there and they're like, actually you got a shot outside. Like that's literally how it is.
Just walk in, but you don't know who they are.
That is exactly how it is.
You don't run a background check on them. You don't know who they are. That's how it is for film. Like if you want to be a PA, you just have to find oh, okay, they're basically casting for this role. Okay, so I just send in my resume and they're like, oh, okay, do you know how to do this? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, okay, well, show up on this day at this time.
Yeah.
That's basically all the criteria it takes for you to get onto some film sets as a grip, as a PA, as certain things.
As anything. Yes, they literally take that paste and they smack it on the wall and they put their poster up and they wait for somebody to look at it and be like, you're hiring?
Basically.
They're like, yeah.
Basically.
You got 2 hands and 2 feet, and can you lift over 50 pounds?
Yes.
Yeah, come on to set.
Exactly. We need
come on down.
We need you. And I feel like what they could put in place, because they recently, after the Me Too movement, they did put in place on sets that you have to sign a contract saying that if you have any sexual misconduct happen on set, you will automatically be fired with no compensation. Like they have that in place now. Yeah. But like I feel like on top of that, they should be adding in background checks. Background check into it, especially when it should have been a precaution when working with children. And I know the guy before didn't have any previous, like things happening on his record.
There was 2 people that were
to go to Disney and be able to go onto a Disney set with having that on your record.
Yeah,
that's what a background check is for. You need that background check so that you would have been never.
But Caroline, what killed me is so they had 2 people on a Nickelodeon set that were found out to be sexual predators after the fact. So it's like they weren't like that before. They didn't have a record before.
Right.
But the third person they showed actually was a sex offender.
Right.
Was a sex offender against children and was a registered sex offender. So it's like a quick Google search.
And if you ran a background check.
Even a background check. A quick fucking Google search.
Right.
What's your name? Click, 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 click. Oh, you're a registered sex offender?
Right.
Oh, why? Oh, because you raped a child? Oh, that's crazy.
You cannot come on the set.
You cannot be on a child set.
Exactly.
What the fuck? Like,
exactly.
It's like, so that when I saw the third person already had an offense against them for the same shit and was on set, was a PA. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Get them the fuck off the set. You was on what? On a sound set with children running around?
Yeah. That's what
hell no.
I just hope that obviously when things come to light, it's because people want to better the environment.
Yes.
And they don't want it to occur again.
We don't want it to continue.
I'm like, what I'm saying, I would never be like, oh, like they're ruining the industry and like
nope.
they're ruining no. Like
they're making it a better place.
Exactly. It needs reform. It needs reform for women, for Black people, for children.
For everybody.
It can't just stay a predominantly male
male white space. No.
It can't.
No.
It can't stay like that.
It
That's
cannot.
not how the world works anymore.
It's not.
It's not.
And I'm glad that it's not.
And I'm glad that it's being called out.
Yeah. And me and Caroline both had said, it was so funny because we and you didn't discuss this before, but like the minute we saw each other, and I literally sat there and I looked at Caroline and she looked at me, and I was like, the way how if I ever work with children.
Yes.
And she was like,
I said, their parent better be strapped to their hip. I said, your parent isn't going anywhere. Like, that was crazy for them to say they brought their children onto the set and told the parents to wait over there.
In the fucking trailer. And just like dick all. Like,
what?
no. I really told her, I said, the funniest part is a lot of these child actors, their parents, they literally have their kid work all crazy hours, and then they sit down and they go take a nap, and they sleep and they drink and they do drugs while their kids are working. No.
You're going to be right there.
Not on Carolyn and Kimmie set.
Right there.
Your kid clocked in, you clocked in. You're too, bitch.
Sitting there watching your kid.
You clocked in too, bitch. Everybody clocked the fuck in.
Yes.
And guess what? The only time you away from your kid is when you set them up on my scene. Okay, I go, okay, here's a scene. This is where I want the kid to be at, and you gonna sit there, put your kid there. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do all the cadence, right? I'm like, sound ready, sound speed.
Even then, the parents
camera ready,
standing right there watching their kid.
No. They're gonna stand right there, right? And then I go, okay, guys, I'm gonna yell action. I want all the parents to come right by me, so they're right next to me. I'm behind the camera. I go action, right? The kid do the scene. The minute I hit cut, I'm like, cut. Nobody move. Parents, go grab your kid.
Get your kid.
And I want every single fucking parent to grab their kid and be next to their kid. And I'm like, is every child with a parent? I'm gonna ask the kids that. It's every child with a parent. Cause I'm not gonna trust no fuck parent. It's every child with where your mama at? Where your daddy at? And the minute they're like, yeah, I'm there. Okay,
the parents gonna have to sign a contract too for sexual misconduct. I'd be like, if anything were to come out about your child being sexually misconduct, and you're also I'm gonna have a contract signed for you too, so you can get your ass sued and thrown in jail too. Because there's no way. We
have to do better.
There's no way. And you had said it. You made another point before where you were like, "There's equipment on set. There's heavy ass equipment to tell your child to let your child just go onto set and like have these heavy ass lights, have these heavy ass beams, have everything that could literally just fall. And I've had stuff falling on my toes before.
You've had shit. We've all had shit falling on our toes.
Oops! Oh my gosh! Like someone lifted up the bag and it fell over, like the sandbag, and it fell.
Even our setup, okay? Caroline's fat ass, okay? And I'm not saying like fat ass like her, no. I mean like her ass is voluptuous and fat as hell. She be bumping the cameras, okay? She bumped the camera, she bumped the fucking laptop. It's like the fucking scene from Robots. Like, that's all she do, okay? She has such a big ass. It's tiny here, okay?
I bumped the shit out of everything.
She bumped everything. And I'll tell you, it's like that scene in Robots with that aunt with a big ass.
I can't even
and she's like, oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, damn.
I'm sorry, baby.
Literally,
I can't even be like yeah, because it's actually serious. It's serious business.
It's serious.
Like shit just gets knocked over all the time. I don't know.
It's so funny. And that's what makes it even funnier, because I'm saying her like, can you imagine Caroline on a big ass set and she just knocks him on my bad.
My
ass so fat. God damn.
I got that rodeo back there.
Got that thing on me.
Got that thing on me. You know what I mean? You gotta leave a couple inches.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I mean, knock you the fuck out.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just can't tell. It just be woo.
I don't feel nothing back there.
I don't know.
It's a lot back here. That's crazy.
Yeah, but speaking of rodeos, guys.
Of course. Oh,
speaking of rodeos, I do got my little Nashville shirt on. Repping the Texas.
Nashville's in Tennessee.
I know, but I'm saying repping the country because Beyonce from Texas.
You said repping the country.
Yeah,
repping the country music.
Repping the country music. Yeah, because new Beyonce music came out. Y'all check it out. I'm not Beyonce, and I'm not a part of her team at all. But I'm still gonna tell y'all to check it out.
I've not listened to it, and do I want to? No, I don't like country music. And
it's okay, but like the songs will creep onto you anyways. And mind you, when she goes on tour again, this time you got to come with me. So
I did say I was gonna come with you.
You did say that. So
yeah, because
you should have came for Renaissance, because that's a whole different. That's a whole different.
I should have, and that's why I told you I'm upset
you probably
that I
would like
didn't.
That more.
I'm upset that I didn't.
Or you can wait for the rock album. You can wait for Act 3.
I don't know what she's doing, but
she
all I know
gonna be a rock. Well, she didn't say that, but people are speculating there's gonna be a rock album.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna be here the most for the rock album. I think I'm gonna be here most for the rock album.
Shut the hell up! You're here for it all.
Exactly. You're right.
You're here for it all.
Same
150%.
Yeah, you're so right.
150%. You're still like
yeah.
She could drop an album with her being like, it's called Sleep, and it's just her sleeping noise.
Yeah, no, and I'd be like, wow, amazing, talented, beautiful,
never been done before,
show-stopping, Beyonce. No, really.
That's it. That's literally it. Because, oh my God, the way how I'm... Okay, guys, I want you to post this.
What?
I want you to post it.
What?
Okay? guys, I was not there for Caroline at the Renaissance tour.
You
have to please. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I was not there, and I'm upset that I was not there because Caroline was probably
maybe the day this episode comes out, I'll probably post it. I'll
yes,
think
please,
about
please,
it. I'll
please.
think about
I'm so serious.
If someone really wants to see that.
I want to because I'm so. It literally brings joy.
You're gonna be the one commenting.
It brings joy to me.
Post it.
It brings joy to me every fucking time I watch it too. Like sometimes I'll scroll like through like all my like videos that me and you have, and that's the one that literally brings tears to my eyes. She's at the Renaissance fair fucking shit. She's at the Renaissance tour and she's in like nosebleeds. You can tell it's nosebleeds. That bitch is zoomed all the fuck way in, zoomed all the way in, pixelated as fuck. You can't even see who the fuck there, okay? And she's zooming into the screen, not even to Beyonce, the screen, right? And she knows Beyonce's about to come on stage. And then all of nowhere, right? After what happens, like the lights go down or some shit, and then the lights come back up, and you see Beyonce, and she just screams. And I'm gonna pull the mic back. I don't want to scream. I don't want to hurt y'all ears. But she screams. She's like, Beyonce! This bitch starts coughing. She screams so hard and so loud. She starts coughing. She's like, Beyonce! and then she, after she stops screaming and she stops coughing, she goes back to screaming.
Baby, I love you.
And what's the song that she was? Oh,
you are my life.
And she's singing a song, crying, bawling, boo-hoo, crying, bawling, coughing, and everything. And I was like, bro, what the hell? I don't understand how. I don't think anybody understands how funny this shit is.
It was an experience that I like cherish to this day because
I just want to go to record her. I'm mad because all I got was all I saw was Beyonce's face, and I just heard Caroline losing her shit. And Caroline said that she kept falling over. She kept falling like she couldn't hold herself up, and it was to the point where he was kept falling on this man, right?
And there was a man next to me, and I just know he was so annoyed. He was just standing there. I don't even know how he was just standing there like the emoji, hands down, just like.
His girlfriend brought him there.
Bruh. I know.
I don't listen to this bitch.
He probably sung to one song. He said, oh, I know this song. And he sung that one song, like halfway in the middle of the performance. Other than that, he just stood very still, like, and I was just there, like, wobbling on my heels, like, losing my shit. Like, yeah, the Beyonce could see me. And I know she could see me. I know she could.
No, she said, I
see you.
She felt your energy.
Caroline, I see you.
She felt your energy,
yeah,
for sure.
And I'm going to manifest it right now. The day I work with Beyonce, you will never hear me shut the fuck up. I mean, I will live to the age of 90. I would never want to die because Beyonce noticed me. The day that I work with Beyonce is the day it's over for y'all hoes. I'm so sorry. But I'm not. I'm manifesting it for myself because I know it's gonna happen.
You know it's crazy because
Beyonce
I was
see me. She knows me.
I was about to say, I was like, I would love to work with Mr. Dobbin.
Oh my gosh. And I know she would drag me to that shit too. She'd be like,
no, me working. Like if he came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, I really love your cinematography. I think you're like a really good DP. Like I think you would actually benefit. They'll have like, thank you so much. And then I'll turn around and be like,
these are Kimmie's manifestations, bruh. These are Kimmie's manifestations. You know what? I'm so shocked that your man isn't on that board.
Ooh.
What's his name?
Which one?
With long hair.
Which one?
Eddie.
He's right here.
No, he's not.
I have a whole Eddie picture right here.
I don't see him.
You can't see him because I'm sitting in front. I'll take it off.
No, just leave it. Leave it, please.
Y'all ain't see.
Bruh,
y'all see Eddie?
The day that she worked with Eddie too. I know the day. What's his real name?
I think it's Joseph. I think it's Joseph.
Yes.
Quinn.
You think? You don't know?
Thing is,
she's trying to be coy.
No, but
she's trying to be coy. She's like, I think it's Joseph. I don't know. Quinn?
I don't know. Let me Google it real quick. Let me Google it real quick. I think it's Joseph.
What's his last name?
Let me just Google it real quick.
I don't know.
I'm not like a fan.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that he's like
no right.
You know,
yeah.
like he's like
yeah.
Oh,
that's his name.
Oh. I didn't even type nothing for real.
You just put J-O and it
they
came up.
knew.
That's the amount of time
they knew.
Y'all. Anyways, I think we should close with that. I just know that the day, like I said, repping Beyonce, rep Beyonce. At the end of the day,
I don't think I could work with Joseph. I'm sorry.
She would be unbearable.
I just realized I think he would actually have a restraining order against me.
Yeah,
because I think I'll start barking.
Oh,
I think like I'll be. Oh my god, it's just, and he be like, "You all right?"
y'all, if y'all see any TikToks reposted of Joseph, then you know it's who it is. You know what it is. Honestly, guys, here's what y'all should do. Go through the TikTok repost and guess who reposted what. There'll be a clear distinction. You'll see. You'll be like, yeah, that's Kimmie. Yeah,
It's still Kimmie.
Oh
wow.
Kimmie. Oh, this was a little spicy. Oh shit. Oh,
still Kimmie again.
Posting that shit.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm so sorry. I love that, man.
I know.
And then it's crazy because on TikTok, on my own personal TikTok, I have a collection. It's called Fangirl, and I put like all like my fangirl edits, like all the fangirls edits or whatever. And Jamal, like, I sat there and I was like, I have to go through this because I have some that they deleted the video.
Yeah.
So I have to like take that out of my thing so I know like where I'm at standing wise of how many fangirl videos I have because it's just a collection of them. And he literally scrolled through it. He's like, let me just scroll through. He scrolled through it. He said, none of these are me. Like none of these are like you have a distinct type. And I was like,
yeah.
It's not what you think it is. I was like, they just don't depict black men with dreads often in media. And not that I like, but it's definitely a hair thing. Because he was like, yeah, they all have like the same hair length. And I was like,
yeah. It's okay.
I was like, do they? I didn't notice.
Yeah, I think we should wrap this up before she starts. I don't know, like having spasms about Joseph Quinn.
I just don't have. It's.
Let it go.
Fuck, I have a stroke.
Anyways, guys, please subscribe. Please like. Please follow. Interact with us. Like, guys, we love the interactions.
Say,
like, you know what I mean.
We are tween.
She's twin
teens, and we don't do nothing for majority of our day if we're not fucking working.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
just
we
send
can
us stuff.
like like even if you, I would love for you guys to send me memes. That'd be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
You guys have
send some memes to the Twenteen podcast Instagram page,
and you can send it to us personally because we.
Oh, maybe we'll post some of them on the story. If y'all actually have funny ones, we'll
post them
on the story,
and then we'll like tag you and be like, LOL, like
funny.
This shit's funny
shit.
Because I was gonna say
like, come
on,
you
guys.
Can relate it to the podcast too. A1.
Yeah.
Like,
interact with us. Interact with us.
Love y'all.
We are a quick. I would say we are a quick family, but no, we are a long time family, bro. Like y'all, we would have like a family barbecue, and I know y'all will be there.
Yeah. Y'all invited to the barbecue.
Exactly.
So yeah, subscribe, like tell y'all people to subscribe too. I don't care. Get your mom to subscribe.
Yes.
Get your grandparents to subscribe. Even if they don't even use the YouTube channel, like make them
account, a channel.
Subscribe. Like share it to your Discord group chats. Be like,
you
got
got Discord.
Funny. Like
you got Discord.
Discord group chats. Group me. Send it to your group me chats. Like
group me chats.
Like just share us. Share us around. Okay.
And I was thinking about having a Discord.
Yeah.
Like if you guys interact, if you guys
cool.
interact a little bit more, maybe we can actually start a Discord.
Cool.
And then we can talk about, and then you guys can give us input on the podcast.
And then we could talk about the topics that y'all want us to talk
exactly.
about.
Maybe we just talk too fucking much.
Exactly.
And you don't want to hear us talk too much on shit you don't want to hear. Yeah, interact, y'all, so we can start a Discord.
All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
C and K
signing out.